I did not wear this skirt to go visit my mom. I told you these are hers, and they're not hers anymore. She'll never wear them again. Come on. I changed into it, and for one reason only. My black pants. I have stretchy pants. I keep replacing them. I save the old ones for emergencies, like the other ones are being washed. I have two good ones that don't have holes in the crotch, and I have two other ones that have holes in the crotch. Well, I haven't been doing laundry, and the ones with the holes in the crotch are the only ones I had clean. And I don't like it when my light colored underwear shows through that hole in the crotch. So, and I don't like wearing shorts
No
because my
skirt.
shorts go up to here, and I see it in videos, and it looks like I might not be wearing underwear. So these skirts are the best. There's nothing I have to worry about with these skirts. Okay.
Last time I recorded on this, it came out cloudy.
It's just.
Who knows why?
So I changed into it, but I was wearing my black mini with my black stretchy pants. And this top. It was fairly warm up today. So even if I could, I would never tell you everything going on with my mom. I don't understand it all anyway. I don't understand it all. And again, I read the portal, and but
I told Joe comes down to it because he's
when
mine. I don't want to be hooked up to a ventilator.
doesn't have a car, doesn't whatever. And she wanted to see my mom, and she would never go by herself. So
That's.
I didn't ask her if she wanted to see my mom. I just told her what's happening. You warned her. What you're walking into. Turns out we weren't walking into exactly what I
You can attribute that attitude of mine to my ambivalence about life.
Just when she was first in there.
Long time.
But that could have been when they were about to do this test they hadn't signed for. And an invasive thing to figure out what's wrong with her. So she was totally unconscious then, and it was hard. And I had to, couldn't hop in my car afterwards and cry my eyes out, and then I have to be around strangers crying and choking on my own spit. That's my life.
That's my life.
Could have been worse.
Now, nurse, I think she wants to be positive or whatever, but I think that's really far reaching. She thinks saying to me, Mom's going to be off this ventilator and back in a nursing facility in just a few days. I believe her that my mom's getting better and they're weaning her off of the ventilator, but I really don't think she's going to be back in the nursing home in 4 days. But even if she was going back to that same one, which over my figurative dead body, will that ever happen? But I don't. And I made her go out. I forced her going outside and I know you're saying all this stuff because my mom could hear. Because my mom was conscious. She can't talk obviously, but she can. Her eyes open. Are you telling me?
Can't tell you what happens on the
4 days? Yeah, I don't think so.
Doesn't matter. This is the phone where no one's supposed to call me.
We're not going to rush her back into a new one. I'm not going to let them do that. I already filed complaints against the doctor, kept the flu restrictions. Complaints mean nothing. I'm so tired of everything.
Anyhow.
File complaints, but they mean nothing, and nothing ever changes, like Joe says.
What me and the friend walked into today was mirrored what I read on the portal. Okay, I thought my mom was like in a medically induced coma, but I can tell you this stuff. They're trying to wean her off of the ventilator, and I talked today with the nicest nurse you could possibly imagine.
Fine.
But as we know, they're not all like that. I deal with ones that aren't even remotely like that, don't I, all the time.
I wouldn't want to be
She's not a doctor. So her optimism was like infectious. Like she's just, I mean, she said things like, she also said the wrong, she says, and I said, so you think my mom, my mom's been getting better? And I'm like, you think she's gonna be, oh yeah, she's gonna be off that bed and probably in a few days back at, well, first of all, over my dead body, is she going back to that place?
She said the wrong name too.
Today's a holiday, I gotta call tomorrow, make sure that they know, no way in hell is she going back there.
No, that ain't
I'm not
happening.
saying that anything happened was not pure chance and their fault. I can't prove it. I can't prove shit. I don't know what happened. But just the fact alone of no call light, and you want my mom to ring a little bell that I know her, and my God, so easily could that fucking bell end up on the ground. And that's
That
undue
alone
stress
is
on my
grounds
mom.
to not send her back to that place.
She's,
not
needs
trust
something.
it. And we don't know that they didn't contribute in some way.
You know what I mean?
To
And
this
the balance
happening
up
to
to the
her.
ground. That leaves a bad taste in my mouth. It doesn't matter how nice they are. It doesn't fucking matter. It's a low rated facility and I'm done
They'll
with that
start
shit.
nice. That last
Shouldn't
awful
have to
place.
be
That cunt head nurse.
farther away.
She started off
Basically, for me,
sickeningly
it's
sweet.
because I take public transportation. It's kind of similar. It depends, but
You're all
as long as I
nice
can
until
get
you've
there
caused
and back,
trouble
but
by
it will be fun.
caring
If you
about
get
your
this
loved
or
one.
tough fucking shit. It's more important, especially in light of this. We don't know what happened. Now, someone in her
Sick.
Mata was like, you don't know that
Evil.
I know she didn't fall.
Ashley
That
Madison,
would be a whole other
evil.
ball game. She didn't fall.
That was on
And all
Inside
no
Dish.
one's gonna tell me what happened. They don't even know. And they're gonna say, well, these things happen. I said, but she was medically cleared, and I was dancing and singing with her just a few days beforehand. Like all they're gonna say is, well, sometimes these things you can't detect them. I still think it could be stress from having that fluid restriction, and I'll never forget that. I'll never forget in my life walking in expecting to see my mom and, hey mom, how you doing? I'm okay, blah blah whatever, and instead having her be guttural noises and not able to talk to me. Okay, and again, I would have got there as early as I possibly could that day had I known. I should have got there earlier. I try. It just, I did get there earlier, but then we have to fill out paperwork and everyone wants to talk to me, and by then the whole hour's, that's a whole hour that my mom, unbeknownst to me, was, Mama, how you doing? What's wrong? Oh my God.
That's awful. Oh my God. Come to find out, after all this happened, she was crying, not just to me, to that decades-old friend. She told me, she's like, yeah, your mom was crying to me. I was talking to her on the phone, and she was thirsty, and they wouldn't give her anything to drink. Yeah.
And it wasn't supposed to be. The fact that before when she could talk, she was crying to me and crying to her friend, and she's thirsty, and then we reach a point that, a day and a half she's not supposed to be on the fluid restriction, and now she's like, we don't know that didn't influence something. I'm not saying it did, and I can't prove anything. We just don't know.
My mom hooked up to a ventilator like that.
We don't know. There's no excuse for it.
No
excuse.
Joe's my healthcare policy. I don't want to be hooked up to any ventilator.
Anyway, I met the nicest nurse. The nicest nurse you could possibly ever
necessarily even gonna die if you don't go on a ventilator.
And she is so optimistic, but I can't be. And you guys know why I can't be like that. Things turn, on a fucking dime.
It's happened over the past
several months ago,
years.
when my mom did snap out of it, and she was
cannot
not
get up
even
my
close
hopes up
to as
about
bad off as she is
anything
now.
ever,
She's
ever
hooked
the
up to a
fuck
fucking
again,
ventilator,
ever
okay?
in this life, nothing.
And they're telling me that, you know, she's refusing to eat and drink, so we think, you know, she's gonna die. We think you should take away that and just let her die, is what they said in so many words to me. And again,
Several months ago.
you know who said it to me? Probably a similar type doctor as this one who recently medically cleared her, and I'm begging, can just wait till tomorrow morning. Send her over there.
Nope.
I can meet her there, more or less. And just take an Uber, and no, we can't do that, and you know, just.
If they had done that for me, I would have got my ass over there early to meet her. But I felt so discouraged that they didn't do that for me, that it's like, well, she's already there, and they sent her that, you know what I mean? Then I didn't fight to get over there, like, really early. I never imagined that the fluid restriction I was told the day before was lifted that morning, so basically, by the time I got to my mom, her fluid restriction should have been lifted a day and a half ago.
Doctor,
and instead, she's so thirsty. At this point, she can't even fucking talk.
My mom was in that, remember, she was in that for nearly a month, and then the last doctor to have her was the one who's saying failure to thrive. And I'm like, I was just told recently that she was doing good and would probably be discharged to the nursing home soon for rehab. Yeah, she took a turn for the worse, and you know, and then as you know, gonna get the palliative involved. There's no hope. Wanted to put it in my hands.
That was several months ago.
I refuse to have anything in my hands unless it's dire. So never would I sign bubbles.
You get another
saying,
animal
you know,
from Target Circle.
No ventilation, no intubation, no artificial nutrition.
25% off.
Never did I imagine my wildest. Never did I fathom that 2 days later, after filling out the bubbles, it would come up. Because it's never come up before. First time my mom has ever been vented, and I don't even know why she had to be. They're also mentioning mental deterioration. You know what I mean? That would have nothing to do with breathe. I don't know.
I go visit her in the ICU. We don't. I said, well, how did this happen? We don't know. We only get her when we get her. The emergency department got her first.
She was so positive and so whatever. And
I know no one's at fault. It's these things happen.
She opened her eyes. She knew we were there. Okay.
Why was she medically cleared? Well, a lot of this can go undetected.
I took that outside and I said, look, are you being upfront with me? I know you don't want to say anything negative in front of my poor mother, of course.
I'm not getting my fucking hopes up about anything.
She's like, no, you mom's. She's like,
I didn't cry because she gave me, you know, she was gave me positive news, so I did a negative.
But come on, she's not going to be back in the nursing home in a few days. Even if I was going to send her back to that one, which I never would in a million fucking years.
The tears are, I'm all cried out
anyway.
Didn't
want her there in the first place. She's just going to have to go farther away, and that's all. No, there are places that I can get to. I'm not going to let you send her to this one.
Cried too much, I'm not careful, I'm out in public and choking on my own spit.
That's like a red flag, okay?
And people
you know
think
damn
that I'm
well,
choking on something.
It didn't break suddenly.
I'm like, no, I'm choking on my own spit, I'm crying.
Put in a room in the bed that has no call light.
Call light, fucking fluid restriction, then goddamn giving her a little bell to ring.
Even though she only has mild dementia, she always goes to the dementia ward, and there could be severe dementia ones who won't ever even know how to use a call light. The fact is, broken call light is unacceptable. They're not going to fix it. Of course, when I said, because then it's too late, she's already in there, what am I supposed to do? And are they going to fix it? Oh yeah, they're going to fix it. Bullshit.
I'm so smart. I had huge reservations about that goddamn little bell.
That I don't even know if they can.
They can't attach to anything. Someone's in a bed. They're
give up.
You know.
Remember, a call
they're helpless in a bed.
Think about it.
I could drop the little
A
bell on the
call
floor,
light,
but I
press
could go
once,
get it.
like
She
in this last
couldn't,
place.
you know?
And it
Stupid little
flashes.
bell.
It doesn't make noise. It flashes and flashes and flashes and alerts somebody who might not come for 20 minutes, 30 minutes, but it still flashes and flashes and flashes. Can my mom really ring a fucking bell for all that time?
That's
no.
how I think call lights
She's
work,
not
but I
going
don't
back to
know.
this place over my fucking dead body.
I think call lights, you're the person in the bed presses it once, and it doesn't stop flashing. In the other place, I don't think you have to hold the button down. I think it would keep flashing, because sometimes they might not come for a long time.
Basically, when that nurse said today, oh yeah,
But
she
a
should
stupid
be bringing
bell,
a few
my
days to go back
God.
to the nursing home. She said the wrong name, but so what? Like, you think in a few days she's gonna be discharged?
Again, the
Are you
same
kidding
super
me?
sweet case
Is she
manager's the
doing
one.
that
Well,
well?
yeah, the call
I
light's
can't
not
tell when
working,
I'll
but I have
start reading
a little
the
bell
portal.
for you, Mom.
Oh, you shouldn't
Yeah,
take
take
all
your
that
bell and
serious.
shove it
I
up your
know,
cunt
I
ass.
don't even know what I'm reading. I did understand when it said she's able to answer yes, no questions. Okay, well that answers that. She's not.
I was already
And
upset
they're
about the
trying to
goddamn
bring her
bell,
up
and
that.
then look what happens to
But,
my
you
mom
know,
a day later.
I don't trust anything. Just because I told this nursing home my mom's not going back there.
Not even
I
a
did
day
think she's probably
later.
gonna die, but I don't know. I think of that as from my mom's age or whatever, and when I'm told this, that, and whatever, that she's not gonna survive, but
So her call light wasn't
there's always a
working. Remember,
chance
she
that
was
she
there.
won't survive, a chance she will survive. The fact is, I don't want it in my
I saw her
fucking
Wednesday
hands.
afternoon, and then I saw her
I have no
Thursday
idea what she
afternoon.
wants,
So
you know?
we didn't determine about the call light not working until Thursday.
The fact is, a lot of people
Wednesday I had to
with
do all the
bubbles,
paperwork and
ventilation,
all this and all that.
intubation,
And just
artificial nutrition, blah blah blah.
filling
whatever.
up the little
They fill
bubbles,
it out
and do you
yourself.
want, if it comes down to it, full code,
They're not,
ventilation,
mental
intubation,
illness,
all that,
physical illness,
artificial
mental,
nutrition.
and they can
Never did I
say
fucking
whether
fathom
they wanna be
that
left,
two
you know,
measly
something
days
happens.
later,
Do you
less
want to
than,
die, or do you want to be
since that
kept
happened
alive with
earlier in the
artificial
morning,
means
Friday
until you
morning,
can get
2 days,
better,
then she'd
hopefully
be, it would all be
weaned off the
applied.
artificial means. That's really the bottom line. Personally, I think, and I would rather be, I told you that since he's mine. He's everything to me that I am
Unreal.
to my mom. And then, guess what? I forgot about this because this was 5+ years ago. We did this very detailed, by the book, totally, up and up, all the 9 yards in a law
Nightmare.
office.
Of course I'm not gonna
In
listen
front
to
of
this nurse.
several,
My mom
few witnesses.
she's so frail and so weak. I don't even know if she wants to
I
even
forgot
live
that
anymore.
Joe's my mom's
You know?
alternate healthcare
But
process.
seeing her on,
I'm, of course,
oh my
a healthcare
God,
process,
and
Joe's
an event, and not
the
being able to talk, and she could at least open her eyes, but it's just
Remember
awful.
something? I think we were gonna have, because you don't ask people's permission, you just write it, you just do it. I think we were gonna have church woman, and then maybe had a falling out with her or something, so we didn't have her. But I forgot there was you don't even have to have an alternate. I totally forgot. I called Joe, like, do you know that you're my mom's alternate healthcare proxy? He's like, yeah. I'm like, you remember that? He's like, yeah, I didn't. And they had no phone number for you, so they asked for it. And I'm like, you're not going to call him, right? They're like, well, if it was some kind of an emergency and we couldn't reach him, like, my phone's on 24/7, but
okay,
I can't
Joe's
answer if I'm
smart.
bathing. I
If it
can't
came
answer
down
if
to
I'm
it,
in
if I
a
was
doctor or
bathing,
dentist
if
appointment, something like that. I
if
can't
they need
answer
a
either.
quick decision of something, and I'm bathing or I'm in a doctor's office or something.
Fortunately, those are few and far between.
They will try to reach Joe.
I went out with wet hair today. I barely made it. I needed to bathe. I'm glad I didn't go yesterday. I gave my word to this one, and she's like me, and she can't get there, and she wouldn't even. But she said, can she have visitors? I said yes, but she had no way to get there, so I asked her if she wanted us to go together. Would I make a habit out of that? No. And what I said before about not wanting to go to church with church women, that's not true. But I'm not going to go 2 days in a row.
I probably wouldn't go back to that
Okay.
with that woman I went to with yesterday.
I'm not going 2 days. told that decades-long
She's the
friend,
one that
the
has
most
a lot of
optimistic of all
mental
of us,
illness, the one that
including me. Get
was
your ass over
recently
there and see her.
locked up in the mental hospital.
She might
And
be
then my mom
alert,
said she was
awake,
out
or
and then
not.
back in. I don't know. I
Oh.
don't know. She's nice enough. She wanted to see my mom, and you know.
I know it's gotta be terrifying. And she got agitated when too much stimulation.
She had no way to get
When we
there.
got there, there were two other people there who I didn't
Public
know.
transportation.
You only allowed two at a time. I didn't know that either.
And it was fine. She's nice. I would never go with her in a million years if she wasn't nice. Remember, she's visited here for all day long more than once. She's
So
nice.
I'm not knocking on wood. There is no wood, but like I said, I'm not gonna trust anything you wouldn't if you were me. Think about it. As I told you, we didn't have happy times in the nursing home before this happened to her. It's not happy, you know. It's really scary for my mom. She's happier in the fucking hospital than in the nursing facility for obvious fucking reasons. The biggest one being she doesn't have to go to the bathroom in a diaper and hope strangers care enough and come and change her. She doesn't have to do that in the hospital. Okay?
Then she doesn't even have a call light. She has a little fucking
in
bell
the
that could
nursing
fall on the
home.
floor, and then, you know, that could cause
Remember
stress.
Wednesday was horror.
I don't know why she was
Thursday
medically
was
cleared and this
dancing,
happened,
singing.
but a stress
You know,
could
most
contribute. I don't care what anybody
whatever.
says. The morale is
Hospital,
plunged
we got
into
dancing
hell.
and singing. Her dancing in her bed 2 days that I was there, 2 different days. I don't know if they were in a row, I forget.
It does matter. It does. I know it in my gut.
And even when I saw her and she was before they, even when I saw her before I had seen her and she was okay and they were talking about finding her a bed and then suddenly she could turn for the worse. Well, I saw her when she took the turn for the worse. And it still wasn't as bad as what I saw in that nursing home with, oh God. And to know that shouldn't have been, and to know my mom was
I'm
dying
so
of
sick
thirst
and
couldn't even speak to
this was
beg
late
for
afternoon.
water, and they're not gonna
They
give
don't
her
know
anything
her
because
from
the food
Adam.
restrictions
They
were supposed to
think
be
that's her
lifted a day and a
fucking
half before,
baseline
and
that she
wasn't,
can't talk and
wasn't.
oh you fucking you don't realize that she's fucking dying of thirst. You don't give her anything. Oh my God.
I'm so sorry, Mama. I should have got there in the morning. It takes me a long time to get there, and you know, this is all.
Think about it. If the fluid restriction wasn't supposed to be carried over, it was a fucking error on the fucking stupid doctor. The same one when I say, can you just wait till tomorrow morning? I can't get there. I can't get there. Take an Uber. I can't afford an Uber, you fucking cunt. Thank you for rubbing it in.
As I said, some of them are notorious for just callously.
But if it wasn't supposed to be carried over in the first place, that means they didn't make sure. I told you the most dangerous time, and I was telling that doctor she didn't give a fuck. She's like, your mother's safer to go over in this nursing home than to be in our hospital. Bullshit. It's the same type of germs, it's the same type of whatever. You just want the fucking bed, you just want to rush her out of there. You're the one who medically cleared her. And look what happened 2 days later. But you carried over that fluid restriction, told me you didn't, which means the nursing home doesn't know how much she's already had. But you're telling me they don't realize the poor woman is dying of fucking thirst? Of course they don't, because they're a one-term Medicare facility.
I want to, so I'm the one who took it for 3 months. Did I notice any real difference? No, I did not. I didn't notice any kind of difference. It doesn't mean it's not good for me. It's too fucking expensive. It's like $50 a jar. It's too much.
My native five was too expensive.
Supplements. I have my own
Took it for
supplements.
3
I
months
take
and I
to keep
noticed
myself
it.
healthy. I put them
I'm
all
just sickened. Under all these circumstances, all these things that I've told you have happened, and everything that happened in the other nursing home, and all of this crap, why would I ever get my fucking hopes up about anything? At all. Ever the fuck again. I won't. I wouldn't. It was nice that nurse is saying that,
I was
but
in shock. I had to take What do you mean?
yesterday, but
You're talking
you know.
about, you think in a few days my mother's gonna be ready to send back, to be discharged and sent back to the nursing home? And she's like, yeah.
Well, I don't believe it. And I know things can turn on a dime. I mean,
Optimistic.
obviously. My mother's so frail, so weak.
So nice.
She's just been beaten down, you know.
I didn't know.
She has been slowly getting better, but that doesn't mean anything. It means nothing. Clearly, it means nothing. If she was medically cleared, and I saw her on Saturday, and she seemed great, and she's medically cleared, goes to that fucking place Tuesday night.
And they will bring the phone just so she can say I love you.
I don't know what kind of limited fluids they weren't giving her, if she couldn't even talk at that point that I saw her around.
But we have out of state people who can't visit.
What time did I see her? By the time I had to do all kinds of paperwork, and everyone wanted to talk to me, and I needed to explain stuff.
They could call if they want to.
In my mind, it's like, if I go in to see my mom now and then say, sorry mom, I gotta leave and go to paperwork, it's better if I do everything, get it done, and
3 months,
and
I
then
didn't notice any difference
go
in
in and
my
see
bowels.
her.
Sometimes it was
And then I was filled with
just
fucking
like without taking the
horror. I
stuff.
couldn't even
Sometimes
believe
I'm
what I
okay,
was
sometimes
seeing. It
not,
was
and
awful.
I honestly didn't notice any freaking difference at all.
Then I have to resign myself to her being in there. The next day she was okay because I realized what was happening. Told him, call over to the hospital. She's not on fluid restriction. The doctor told me before she even got to your facility, it had been lifted hours before, and they followed it all day in there. They didn't even tell you how much she'd had. God only knows what little this nursing home gave to her, because they don't know what she's already had. I don't know what they were doing to her. And she can't even speak. She can't even say, please give me water, I'm dying. And they think her baseline is unable to talk and going like that. Imagine if I couldn't get there, if I injured my foot trying to run for the fucking bus or whatever, or was sick or on the toilet, you know what I mean? And my mom would be there dying of fucking thirst in this one-star rated facility, and nobody caring and nobody understanding. And the hospital wasn't supposed to carry it over in the first place. And then I talked to the head of the nursing home. My nurses didn't do that. The physician signed off on that. I don't know. I don't understand. I was told, you all dropped the ball. They followed it. The doctor didn't lift it. Whatever. It's awful. And then it carried over to the fucking place who doesn't know my mom from Adam and thinks that's her baseline.
How does that work?
The exact nightmare they warn you about. If there's not communication between the fucking hospital and the nursing home, which there never is,
hopeful news from this nurse,
then it's the most dangerous time. I got no mercy from that fucking doctor who I never want to deal with again. Don't want to deal with the case manager either. I should have that right as the invoked healthcare proxy. You dropped the ball. You medically cleared her. You forced both of you together, ganged up on me, bullied me, and I just begged. I said, can we just wait till tomorrow morning so I can be there and make sure there is no miscommunication, make sure my mom's okay? No. Your choice is to appeal or